Hello guys, my name's Nathan. Today we're going to be going over an e-commerce backend project that I was working on. So essentially what this does is just build a very basic, simple backend for any sort of retail site. So to save some time, I already downloaded my project from GitHub, just a fresh copy of it. And then I ran a few of the commands ahead of time. But if you come over here and you look at our README, scroll down here to the usage section, it'll tell you everything to do. So I already did npm install, so I'm just sit there and watch me do that. And then I created my .env file so that you can't see my passwords. And then the next thing that it says to do here is to run this command right here. So this will enter us into the MySQL prompt, and then we're going to enter our password. So now we're entered into MySQL prompt. And then we're going to link this file right here. So this is what builds our actual database. So we're just going to link that in. Now SQL is going to do some things. And then just type quit to exit the SQL prompt. Now the SQL prompt is out. Now right here we have the seeds file, which essentially will build our database for us for a development purpose. So it just has some prearranged data in there, nothing too crazy. So we're going to build that so that we can see the development data that I was working with. So just type npm run seed, and then it's going to do some things, build all that. And now we're going to run npm start to actually run our server. So now the server says it's listening. Now, this is purely a backend project. I don't have any front end linked here. So in order to actually demonstrate this, I'm going to use Insomnia. This is similar to Postman for those of you who have used that before. So in Insomnia, you have all of your normal server options here for get, post, put, whatnot. And then this right here is our basic API. So whenever I run this, you get the wrong routes that show here because I actually need something else over here in order to determine which ones I'm going to run. So you can do it all from here. However, save time so you don't have to sit here and watch me type. I already have all of these built over here in these files. So the first thing we're going to do is check out our products portion of the server. So we're just going to get our products. And once again, this is data that was input by the seeds file here. So run that, and then you can see what it actually pulls out of this database. So this is actually linking together 4 different databases in this one query. We got our product ID, our product name, and then the price of that product, how many we have in stock, and then category ID. So category is a separate database that we are, or excuse me, a second table in our database that we're linking to this. And then category just has an ID and then the category name. And then we also have this thing called tagged products. Tagged products is actually so this is a many-to-many relationship. So there is a table in there that links our tags, which is its own table, and our products, which is its own table. So this links those two together. And then what you can see is we have the ability for one product to have many tags, and then many tags, or one tag to have many products. So right here, tag products, so you can see we have 2 different tags in this one, or excuse me, 3 different tags in this one thing here. And then this is our second product, and then it goes on down. We got several products built in here. So that's all that does. But let's say we really just want to look at one product. We don't want to see everything. So then all we have to do is come up here, do get, and then we added this second parameter here to go to this specific ID. So right over here in this get products, if you look at our ID3, passed it up, ID3, right? Maybe here, branded baseball hat. So this is the one that we're looking for in this call, and then you can see we got that. And then we get all the same data, but we don't have all the extra products around it, so we don't have to pull our entire table every single time. But let's say that we wanted to add something to our table. How do we do that? So we're going to come over here to our post products. So this is a post call, and then in the products section. So this is the basic what we need to actually add a product in here. So we're going to add a life jacket with a price and stock. And then this is the tags that we can add in. So we can add in any tags that exist in our tag table, which we'll get to a little bit later. But to actually do this, we have that hidden table that you don't see here. And then our category as well. And so let's send that. And then it gives us this return. So what does this mean? Well, this is that hidden one that I was talking about. So that's the ID on that hidden table. We don't really need that for any reason, but that's what it is in case anybody cares. What we really can see here is our product ID. So we just created a new product. So now we know our product ID for our new one is 6. And then we've linked it with a tag ID of 3 and a tag ID of 4. So that's what that's returning to us. So now, is this actually in our database now? Well, let's see. So if we go back over here to our get products and then run that again and scroll down here and see, should be at the very bottom. Yes, indeed. Life Jackets is now in our database with ID 6, and it's got the category of 1 and the tags of 3 and 4, just like we requested. All right, so let's say that we're putting this on a discount. 198 sounded a little high. We're going to charge 150. So once again, remember our ID for that product is 6. So that means we're changing that particular item. And then we just want to change the price to 150. That's all we want to do. We don't need anything crazy. We go ahead and send that, and it's giving us a bad request. So it returned that. Let me check and see if it actually did it. There we go. Yeah. So it did return it. So now the price is 150. I'll go back and adjust that a little bit later. The price is 150 there now. And then it changed everything, or it didn't change anything else that we didn't want it to change. It only changed that one. So now that's done. And now let's say that we want to delete that because we don't actually sell life jackets anymore. So we're going to delete number 6 and then send. And it tells us 1. What does 1 mean? That means that 1 row of this table was changed. So row with the ID of 6 was changed. And then let's go back over here and we're going to try to get item 6. We know that's gone. So what's it going to tell us? Well, no product found with this ID. It's no longer in the table. So that's what our products does. Of course, there's plenty of ways to use that as you go through. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our categories now. So what are our categories? Well, same thing, get categories, and then we're just going to get all of them. So we have hats, music, so on and so forth, all the way down. And what you'll notice here is also a category is linked to a product. So the category shoes is linked to product number 2, which is running shoes or running sneakers. And then you can add many different products here. We just have one with each of these, I think, but that's all that is. And now, once again, we don't want to get all of them, so we're just going to get a single one. So let's get the ID of 2. And then you can see it just returns shorts with the ID of 2. That's the only one that we're seeing. All right, but let's say that we wanted to post something. So we wanted to create a new category because it doesn't quite have everything. Well, let's go ahead and first see this. Let's make a bad call. So if you remember, we have shorts is already in our database here. So what happens if we try to do it again? We missed it, and we're trying to do it again. Well, it gives us an error here, and it tells us unique violation because it already exists. So it won't let you add more categories than what, or it won't let you duplicate categories. Well, this is an example of some of the error handling this program has with it. All right, now let's go back and actually do a real one. So we're going to post a new category with the name sports equipment and then send. And then you can see here, it gave us an ID of 7 with the new category name. So now it's in there. We're going to go ahead and let's say we're going to change this. Sports equipment, that's not actually, I don't know, the boss didn't like it. He wanted sporting goods instead. So now we're going to do a put request to change the, do a put request to change. Once again, it was an ID of 6. Oh, no, it was an ID of 7. And then we're going to change that name to Sporting Goods. So now it's changed. And now let's go over here. Once again, ID of 7, just to verify that it worked. And then we can see, okay, name Sporting Goods is changed. And now let's delete the Sporting Goods here. Oh, let's see. Thought I had everything ready. Guaranteed to miss something. There we go. So now we're going to delete item 7. And then it tells us 1, which once again, that means that 1 row of the data was changed. And then let's verify to be sure that it's gone. So this time we're going to get all the categories. So we pull it through here, and then let's check to see what was the name of it. Sporting Goods. Nope, it's not there anywhere. So that's all that does. So the categories one's relatively simple. And now let's get on to one more, the last server or last API call that we have here, which is for tags. So we can do get tags. We can see all of our different tags that we have. So this is all of them. Just to make it easier to see, we're just going to do one of them, and then I'll explain a little more. So we have our tags here. So we just pulled tag number 6. You can see this has a tag name of white, and then tag products. And once again, this is linked through that tagged products table that is hidden to us. But then that table has individual products in it, or it links the tags to the individual products. So now we have a link for the tag 6 to the product number 1. And then that just goes all the way down through here. So this particular tag of white has 2 products associated with it. All right, so that's all we got there. And now let's say that we wanted to post a new tag. So we're just going to post a new tag, but we're not going to actually associate any products with it yet. We're just going to have it out there. Maybe later one day we will have a fluffy item that we can add. So go ahead and push that. And then you can see, okay, well, it did make our tag with an ID of 9 with the tag name of fluffy, just like we requested. So that's great, but what if we wanted to go ahead and create a new tag and then add products to it at the same time? So this is how we do that, similar to how we did the categories one earlier. So we got our tag name is going to be sharp, and our product IDs are going to be 2 and 4. I don't remember what products those are, but let's say that both of those are sharp items. And then we hit send. And then it tells us, once again, this is the ID for that hidden table, but we now know the tag ID, which is the new one we just created here, is linked to the product 2, and then the tag ID is linked to the product 4. Now let's verify that. So once again, that was the tag ID of 10. So let's just look at tag 10. So tag 10, we now have tag name of sharp, and it's linked to items 2 and 4, just like we said. I don't think top 40 music compilation vinyl record is sharp, but maybe it is. All right, and now let's verify this another way as well. So let's go back and check the product, be sure that it actually got the items that it was supposed to get. So let's look at number 2, our sharp running sneakers. So we're looking products number 2, and then we can see, yes, it did get the tag of sharp down here. All right, almost done. So now let's go ahead and change that tag. So this tag that we created earlier of fluffy, this empty tag here, remember was an ID of 9. I don't like the word fluffy, so we're going to change it to dull. and then send that, and then it creates or it updates that to a tag of Dole or to a tag name of Dole. So let's verify that it worked. So get tag 9, and then you can see the tag name did in fact change to Dole. But we work at a knife shop. We don't have anything that's Dole here. So we want to delete that tag completely. We're going to delete tag 9. Tells us one row has been changed, and then let's verify. And then you can scroll through here and see, no, there is no more tag 9 anywhere in this file. Just to verify, look just for that one, and it says no tags found with this ID. So that's essentially what this app does. Of course, there's a lot of ways to link these 3 different endpoints into one big product. So that's what we got right now, and we'll continue to work on this and see how much farther we can take it. All right, guys, my contact information is below. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And thank you all for watching.